everybody, it's Neil at the Dashly Gentleman. Once again.
Once again.
And with me I have Frank. Say hi, Frank.
No.
Oh, okay, well, fuck you then. um, this podcast marks our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. We've been doing this for a year.
Here?
A year.
Here?
Yeah, dude. So, before we get into our topics, let's do a little bit of reflecting. How do you feel about what we've accomplished, Frank?
I actually think it's been a lot of fun. Revitalized my video game passions.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, good. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, hold on.
I actually think it's been
Stupid Twitch was not muted. Anyways. Clearly, we still have some bugs to work at.
It's been a whole year and we still have a sub-production show.
We're garbage. Now, I think we've come a long way. I think our equipment has come a long way.
The equipment and then the way that we communicate have come a long way, because before it was just kind of like, I don't know what we're doing. I mean, we just make it up. And then, but now we have kind of like, you know, we have clearly defined goals, and then we go from start to finish. And then we have the discussions in a more rational way. And then being like, no, you're stupid. I mean, it's funny to watch like some of the old stuff and then be like, oh, it's like listening to a 3-year-old. You're like, oh, I've come so long, so far from there. I'm so far removed.
Well, I think, like, and I'm not going to name who said this, but they said that we should have planned way better starting out and had more of a plan, like, as we went along, rather than just fucking winging it. I think that if we would have done that, we would have psyched ourselves out. Personally.
Yeah, because then there is a point where you can plan to such an extreme whenever it comes to something that's like kind of spur of the moment, where like a lot of the podcast stuff is, where like you can actually make it so like you're like, well, there's so much pre-planning that I can do on it that I'm gonna not be able to do anything.
Right.
And I can see that. But I mean, like on the other hand, you know, if we, you know, we still have a long way to go as far as like really kind of like getting into like a, I'm not gonna say good place, because we already are at a good place, but I mean, like, it's always improving and we're always looking for different ways that we can improve it. So
Absolutely. I mean, we've even talked about way down the line getting a full-on recording studio. I mean, or even like modifying a room in our house, you know, when we actually get houses, to set up to record. I mean, we've got the dedication, we've got the ideas. It's just stability, time, and money. I mean, I think we can only get better going forward.
yeah, I mean, we both, you know, have beyond full-time positions in various ways. So I mean, it's difficult to try to have the time to 100% dedicate yourself to that, but like the time that we have spent to it, I think that has been extremely fruitful.
Absolutely. I mean, just the experience alone that we've gained doing this. I mean, you talk about video editing, audio editing, you know, equipment in general, just learning all this stuff. You're not going to learn it by reading it in a book. You're going to have to dive into it and do it.
You have to get in there.
And, I mean, it's just like if you were starting a band. You're not going to be full-on fucking platinum day one. You got to get in a garage. You got to get your shitty instruments you bought from a pawn shop, and you need to just bang it out.
You gotta get that casting couch. Gotta hit that plastic.
Got to pay the bills somehow.
Yeah, this is where draw straws to see who we have to feed Neil to.
Why is it me by default? I mean, I thought that's part of the whole drawing straws thing. You know,
I can run faster than you.
I don't know. When I'm highly motivated, you'd be surprised.
Burger King's about to close.
Hey, fuck you.
Sorry, you're right. Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's probably more about the speed of it. So tonight's topic, and it might delve into something else because it's pretty vague, Nice guys. Have you ever heard of a nice guy, Frank?
I've heard of the term, but I don't know what that means.
All right. So, just to start off the bat, right off the bat here, nice guys are often confused with neckbeards. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what a neckbeard is? Obviously,
Right.
it's kind of self-explanatory.
You know,
Neckbeard.
they're not sure how to actually operate facial hair,
Like
so they decide to go Amish.
where does the chin end and this neck start?
Because like I mean like if they really like because like it's just like that, you know, it just
Uh-huh.
looks like but I mean like it'd be cool if they just did the like, like the full Amish
Yeah.
where like it kind of comes down and then it goes down, but like they actually shave under here. That'd be fantastic.
But so a neckbeard, just to clarify, is just that's all it is. I mean, typically there's a certain type of person that encompasses the neckbeardism,
A lady.
milady. But no, that's more of a nice guy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay,
So wow,
neckbeards.
I have no idea what we're talking about now.
Yeah, neckbeards have that attire, no, not attire. Have that hygiene deal going
Hygiene?
on. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Just facial hair? I
There
mean,
you go. Let's go with that. They have that feature.
feature. There you go. Okay. And typically they don't do a whole lot. They're overweight, and I can probably, if I were to let this shit grow, I can very easily fall under that category as a neckbeard. But I mean, I do everything but have the neckbeard, so I don't consider myself a neckbeard. Fuck you. Now, I will say this: most neckbeards are nice guys, but not all nice guys are neckbeards.
I feel like I should have like a notebook and be taking notes, be like, because I have no idea. Like you've rocked my core. I don't understand
Well, there are plenty of
what these
resources
are now.
out there for you, Frank. There's even a
I don't care that
Wikipedia
much.
entry for nice guy. And basically what a nice guy is, he is a guy that thinks he's very gentlemanly and deserves a very, let's say, like at least a 7 on the scale of ladies, you know? I'm a nice guy. I don't do a whole lot to improve myself, but I would treat you with respect. I'll treat you like a princess. Therefore, you should go out with me, and not these other assholes that will shit all over you, even though they're clearly 7s themselves.
So I mean, like, is that the defining characteristic that because Am Nice gets way like he's like a 1, and then because Am Nice a 9 should
Yes.
flock to him?
That is the concept of a nice guy.
Because I mean, like, there's a difference between because I'm all about being gentlemanly,
Sure.
but not for the purposes of you should obviously give me a sloppy yawn because I held that door for you, so you should slip me a little butt cheek.
See, that's point number 1 about nice guys, is they expect that shit. I'm a nice guy, so I deserve a hot lady that wants to have sex with me all the time. M'lady.
My lady. That's an unfair thing. They should not set themselves up for that level of failure.
That's why they're so mad all the time, Frank. They can't understand why they can't get a hot chick.
Homie, bro, buddy, slice. First of all, you're yelling about it inside of a card shop. Like step 1. 2, your sweet ass Huffy is basically a 1-seater. Your 9 isn't going to want to get a cocktail dress on and then sit on the back,
Up on the pegs.
Yeah, hop on the pegs. Let's do this. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out like that. 3, I mean, like, do you think that you can make enough, working your part-time jobs and then yelling about how you're not getting laid to satisfy the social requirements of a 9?
And not only that, I mean, like, you're sitting there, you're drinking your Mountain Dew, you're eating your Doritos, you're playing video games all day. Whatever, to each their own. But you get what you give, man. I mean, you're fucking covered in Cheeto dust.
Look, I feel like you're getting offensive now. Look, don't make fun of my people. You leave us alone. Leave Brittany alone.
Like, I am not. I guess I'm not gonna say I'm above it because I used to be one of those guys. I used to think, man, why are all these women dating assholes? I just don't understand. I'm not an asshole, you know. Why don't they date me?
I'm an asshole. I mean, it's funny because like I remember like even like whenever I was in school, I guess like maybe like I guess like the background on it be like like but been with first girlfriend up till now. So I mean like it's like years long. So I was almost immediately removed from the dating scene. Never really did it. So I guess like in that way I'm sort of from the outside looking in, which means take everything I say literally with like the like shovelfuls of salt. And whenever I love hearing women be like, I just don't understand why, I only attract, assholes. And I was like, because you ignore the people that are nice to you and you call them friends, but you're attracted to assholes because you're a stupid bitch.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely the flip side of it. You get women that I don't know. They want the bad boy look. They want the bad boy attitude because I don't know. Maybe it's just primal. I mean, you want somebody that can protect you.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because I ride motorcycle, Harley specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it was a few weeks ago. I forgot to mention this. It was a few weeks ago. I pulled up to a stoplight, and I'm just sitting there, and I got my I got my boots, and I got my leathers on, and all that kind of shit. And this woman actually leaned out of her car. She was a passenger with this other woman, and she says, where are you going? And I was like,
that way.
I'm going through this light, and then beyond that, I'm not really sure. And she says, can I go with you? No.
Sorry.
No. And she's like, I really like bikers. I'm like,
Okay.
Okay. And then it occurred to me, I was like, oh, dang.
He wants to be.
Oh, dang. I was like, what is that? What's up, NVD? Don't be mad because he doesn't care about you.
Wow. All right, I'm used to it.
I mean, you are a neckbeard.
I am used to it. I mean, I'm just a nice guy, It's just...
You gonna tip your spiky hair at me?
Lady.
No, lady. Believe it. You're gonna date by the power of the QV.
Now, okay, so nice guys. There is a female equivalent to a nice guy. The obvious. Usually they're a stay-at-home mom, or they're just very out of shape in general, and they think that they should get Matthew McConaughey because they would treat him so well, and he's been hurt before. And
yeah, I mean, look, he's been hurt before, but I mean, in the end, he always turns out all right.
I feel like I set that up on accident. So I mean, it's not exclusive to guys. I don't know what the term is for women, but Ryan.
I don't get girls. I'm nice to them, and I listen to Nickelback 24/7. What am I doing wrong? First of all, they can smell that on you. They can smell Nickelback on you. It's like fear,
They
I
can
mean,
smell
like,
Chad on you.
yeah, they're like, you walk in. I mean, like, you could look suave. You could have $100 bills sticking out of your blazer jacket pocket. You have to wear a blazer, otherwise you look like a schlep. And then so you walk in, and you're like, these ladies, they don't even know, and they're like velociraptors, like Nickelback.
Chad, is that you?
They turn around and then they just kill you. You know what I mean?
And rightfully so.
Rightfully so. I mean, everything about that's wrong.
Oh man. So there is an offshoot of nice guys and neckbeards. They're called mall ninjas. Have you ever heard of them?
Please tell me please tell me that these are a very, very, very high tier level of weeb.
Yes. Yes, they are.
I want, I love, I love these people because look, I'm a giant weeb. Okay, I'll flat tell you, I do all the weeby shit, but I keep it here. You know,
And
I keep
all around you in your fucking room.
look, yeah, in the privacy of my own home. So I mean, like, so, but I love going to public places and well, because like, we had this happen. We went to a mall. We went to a mall in Florida, and they were there. There was a bunch of weebs there, and I'm like, that's fine, whatever. I get it. But then as I got closer, I realized that they're like my age, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine, because
Sure.
I'm into it. It's whatever. They start running. It's fine, whatever. You're running.
The Naruto run.
I want to step in front of him and just be like, no, I fight you. I'll fucking kill you. I just wanted to ankle kick him so bad. And I'm like, you're like a 35-year-old man and you're running like a fucking cartoon character.
Smoke bomb.
I mean, like, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the smoke bombs. I was waiting for the plastic kunai in the teeth. And I just wanted to fight him. I did. I swear to God, I just wanted to fight him. I'm like, son, look away. And I'm just pulling the chain out of the cart and being like, someone's going.
Frank, for the uninitiated, what is a weeb?
A weeb. Believe it. A weeb is someone that takes anime to an extreme degree. So like you have oh, I watch anime. And then oh, I read manga. And then there's the weeb. You get to like weeb levels whenever you're like Japan's the greatest nation ever because everything about them I learned from anime, and they have a unique society that's way better than America, senpai. And then you start to use Japanese words most of the time incorrectly in the context of a conversation, and it's glaring. And because like I actually took Japanese. I took Japanese 101 whenever I was in college, and I was like, I'm in there. I got my books. I'm regular dressed, I guess. And then I like, and the whole class but me, they all had like their. I mean, I'm not even kidding when I say like 4 or 5 of them had fucking Naruto headbands. And like it's funny because the teacher was an older lady from Tokyo, and she's looking at him like, because it was the first time they'd ever had a Japanese class there.
Sure.
So I mean, like she had no idea what to expect. Literally every person in the class was talking about how great Japan was specifically because of anime. And then my teacher gets to me and she goes, "Why do you want to learn Japanese?" And I was just like, I like languages. It's an Oriental language. It's the one that I find that's most easiest to pronounce and to understand. It's a language of technology and of international commerce. And she's all, "Thank you." And I was like, "No, no, no, don't." I mean, like, just because I have to physically be put in the same class as these fucking idiots. No, no. My friend was telling me that whenever he was doing his Asian studies class in what's the one in Tucson, the college in Tucson.
ASU?
Yeah, ASU. That's it. Thank you. He was at ASU. He's doing his Asian studies class, and part of it was studying Japanese. And then one of the questions that they asked was, he had to say something about your best friend, and it was my best friend is Shinji Hikari, and his major is AT Fields from fucking Neon Genesis Evangelion. And my friend was just like, I was like, he came back on break, and he told us that, and it's been a joke running for about 10 years now. About a full decade of a joke. It's horrifying.
That's kind of hilarious.
It's awful. I mean, no.
All right. So for those that don't know what a weeb is, Frank just explained it. But weeb is also short for weeaboo. So now you know if you ever hear that term.
The more you know. I mean, but look. If you ever see a dude who's about 6'2", about 200 pounds, and running at you with a chain in his hand, then you can watch the song "Deep Throat" by Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Cupcake. I like Cupcake. But no, if you're running through the mall and you got your hands behind you, I'm coming for you.
Now,
You're
okay,
running
so
is what I'm saying.
so I was mentioning a mall ninja, and you took it directly to the weeb, but
I
it's
couldn't
not.
help it because it's exactly what I thought of.
But it's not untrue. But just like I said with nice guys and neckbeards, not all mall ninjas are weebs, but all
What
weebs probably are mall ninjas.
what is okay, what's a mall ninja then?
Somebody that spends a lot of time in the cutlery stores and buys all kinds of swords and daggers and knives. And that's okay.
I mean, I got a lot of knives. I got a lot of swords. But I would definitely not describe myself as a mall ninja, especially since like I go in there and like I actually have like a general idea of like how much shit should actually cost, and I always end up getting in arguments with the people at the store. So that's my one vindication. Like I go in there and I look at them. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
They're like, do you say anything you like? And I was like, nah, it's all garbage. It's all overpriced. So
Yeah. I mean, you can get it wholesale, get it on Amazon or something.
yeah,
Or I just require Japanese steel and not your stainless steel shit.
swords that have blades coming off blades are mall ninjas. That's not entirely inaccurate. They got those knives with like multiple crossbars on them, and I'm like,
Why?
that has absolutely zero practical purpose. Sorry.
Swore you could probably stab somebody with it.
I mean, yeah, about like that much of it.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot, but
Ah, son of a.
just beat the shit out of him. Alright, so back on the nice guys. I think, and like I said, I've been through the nice guy phase myself, and looking back on it, oh my god, it was pathetic. Um, there is a cure to being a nice guy, and that cure is a combination of humility and not letting people fucking enable you. This is the biggest part. When people say, "Nah, man, it's all her. She's a skank." You know, you're perfect just the way you are. This is where we segue into the second topic, which is enablers. Hey, Sang, how you doing? Um, enablers, and this can go into pretty much any facet of life, any addiction, enabling people to be terrible people.
Wait, but I'm a terrible people, and you enable me all the time.
That is not true. I call you on your shit all the time.
That's kind of true.
If you want a good friend is someone who calls you on your shit. Somebody who says, "Hey, that's not fucking right. You need to stop doing that." Look at yourself. Look in the mirror. Look at you doing you things and stop doing those things.
You stop it. You stop it right now.
And the problem, okay, and this kind of stems into just the internet in general lately, is the problem with the internet and the problem with social media is that people get into their little groups and safe spaces,
Hmm.
and then they just echo chamber, and they fucking become super strong in their terrible flaws.
You gotta always have somebody to play like devil's advocate all the time.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
I mean,
the,
like, I'm a nice guy. I think that I'm perfect just the way I am. Yeah, I think you could probably lose 60, 70 pounds. I mean, you could probably, I mean, you know that Dorito sweat isn't really like a good odor, right? I mean, when it just sort of seeps out of you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, find somebody that'll call you on your shit. Get out of your goddamn safe space, and stop thinking that you know you're not the problem. Because in every interaction in your life, if something doesn't go the way you want it to go, you can probably take at least 50% of the blame, if not way more. If you don't, you're kind of not doing it right. You're living wrong.
You need to always have somebody that can argue with you, just like Sang says. And in a debate, you need to always be able to argue both sides. We do that all the time. Neil and I actually, despite how good we get along, we actually agree on very little socially.
Socially, yeah, but I mean, we are able to see each other's point of view, and we can concede on certain topics,
Some, some.
given the proper evidence and facts to back it up. But I mean, it's okay to not agree with somebody.
What's up, Hudson?
Yeah, and nowadays I think that's taken for granted quite a bit. Saying respect and agreement are definitely two different things. A lot of people think that if you don't agree with them, you hate them.
You're the enemy. This is not a thing. This is not what it is. I mean, like you could sit there and we disagree on shit all day. Like I think I could easily solve Nice Guys. You know, you chain them. Look, yeah, never mind.
Can't do it. Can't do it, Frank. Because if you would have decided to do that while I was going through that phase, I'd be a dead man.
That's okay.
People can change.
Then it would be Dastardly Gentleman.
Fuck it. People can change. Yes, please sub Hudson. I'd appreciate it.
We would love it if you did, but not nearly as much as I love me.
He does love him
Often.
quite a bit. I've seen it. Stop it. Yeah, I mean, so, and this is where you get the people that are, just raging and just getting loud and obnoxious when they don't get people that agree with them. I mean, we were talking about this, the other day about the whole college safe space things?
Yeah, yeah. The safe spaces do that.
Okay, see ya.
No bick. Fucking idiot.
That is actually pretty funny.
Oh man. Oh,
He's
killing
probably
me.
a nice guy.
Oh, probably. I love whenever like groups of people get together
Yeah.
to form like an echo chamber and I can sit there and watch because they get together. We had this whenever we went to a convention in California. So they all got together and they're all mad about something. I never found out what. And they all start yelling to each other and they're
Mhm.
all agreeing all at the same time. And they start yelling. They're getting louder. And they're getting louder. They're getting nasty. They're getting mad. They're getting mean. And I'm like, good,
I
good.
can feel your
Burn this
anger.
place down. And like they were getting so worked up that like the guys on the outside were yelling so much you could just see the sweat pouring off of them, and it just had like that like almost like ozony musk coming out from like the little like the pit of cesspool humanity that's down there. And I'm like, we're gonna have a riot, but it's only gonna go like 5 feet because most of them were, neckbeards.
Sure. You see
I
the
mean, they're gonna get
veins.
mad until they actually have to go outside, and they're gonna be like, eh.
Yeah, you're absolutely right saying an echo chamber is the mental equivalent of a circle jerk, where everyone reaches to help the guy on their right. Yeah.
I wish that we could have a mental and physical circle jerk. You know,
Right.
next
At
time
the
I go
same
into an echo
time.
chamber, someone better jerk me off. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm
I'm
with
just saying. I'm going there and I'll be like, I agree with all you guys and jerk me off.
you. At the same time.
Just surround me. Just do me.
Yeah, I mean, if we've gotten to a point in life where safe spaces are like desired, and I don't know. I think it's one of the biggest problems on our planet today is people that can't fucking like debate or argue or
Or
without just
take any level of criticism
without going
ever. But like we had a girl that worked with us that was like that because she, she wanted like a million things, but she wanted them all for free and she wanted the government to pay for them. And I was like, but that doesn't make any sense because I mean at the same time you also say that you want a balanced economy. How would you do both? And she just lost her fucking mind. Started like yelling at me and saying that I was part of the problem. And I'm like, but I'm asking you. And I'm like, why did you even bring it up if you want to talk about it? I mean, like, if you're not willing to talk about it and argue your point, you should never talk about it. Just don't bring it up, because I will fucking ask you.
yeah. I mean, if you can't support your argument with facts or even like a strongly agreeable opinion, like something, like if you're saying I really think that puppies are cute, you can't really say why to that.
No,
But
fuck them.
but like if you can say, well, I like their little eyes and their little paws, and I mean that's opinion. Okay, great. I can probably see why. Yeah, I guess it's kind of cute. But if it's an argument like, I don't know, 9/11 was an inside job.
Like, it's like, explain, cite your sources.
Yes.
Tell me your reasons. You can't just like say shit and then just be like, because I said so. I read it somewhere. No, you gotta substantiate that.
Show me.
This is some major things.
Show me some tapes. Show me some graphs.
Sang says, well, Western culture has gotten to the point where subjective ideas are absolutes. That is very true, and it's extremely disappointing.
Yes.
We're getting to that point where just because someone said it made it true, and that's horrifying.
Absolutely horrifying, especially if, I mean, and it really also depends on how many people you got on your side. So, you get all these people on your side yelling and repeating the same shit that's clearly false, and then somebody like important. I see this happen on Reddit all the time. Somebody big and important, or somebody that's been there for a long time, or a celebrity, or somebody pops up and says, yeah, that's not right, and this is why it's not. That's the only way you're gonna fucking silence the herd of assholes.
That hero worshipping culture.
Yeah, basically. Like for example, Frank and I were talking about something earlier today. I'm not going to say the specific subject because it's not appropriate for this podcast. But the argument itself has some connotations about herd mentality, and the herd mentality is, if somebody makes a solid point, like I've gotten this argument earlier, it was vaccinations. Okay, I will say, I think vaccinations are a good thing, and mostly everybody should have them. And when I say mostly everybody, I will usually get fucking hammered by the pro-vaccination movement. What do you mean mostly? Everybody needs to be vaccinated. What are you talking about? Well, I'm allergic to some of those. I'm allergic to the DVT vaccination. So when I forcefully got that vaccination from one of the doctors that said, you know what, he needs it. He can't go to school without it. Boom, gave me the vaccination. Kind of died a little. Like really, like died a little. Like they had to bring me back to life. Spiked 107 fever, and I almost didn't make it. But oversimplification of the issue was what caused the problem. Everybody needs this vaccination. You need to have it. Boom. Even though I had, done scratch tests prior to that to see if I might react to it, and I did react to them, doctor did it anyway. Well, he lost his life. And I almost lost my life. I can't imagine
why. I mean, like, that's, in that particular case, to be like, yeah, everybody should have vaccinations, but I mean, I guess I guess that's what I can understand what you mean when you say overgeneralization.
Yes.
Or oversimplification in it. Being like, there are specifics that need to be addressed, but like everyone should have it. You should do the pre-screening and then make sure that these people, because if you're allergic to it, you shouldn't have it because it could very well kill you.
Right.
So I mean, in that case, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give that to you because I mean, well, no, I'm not gonna get the other thing.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's the thing. Oversimplification of the issue, and that usually causes, or at least that contributes to the herd mentality, where it's like, I know it's like saying cancer is bad. Yeah, it is bad. But what if we reverse engineered cancer to fight other things? No, cancer's bad. Like, I mean, that's just an example, but like, you're not. It's a very safe argument to have when you do something like that. When you say, "Oh, everybody should be vaccinated."
I think it's because some people confuse like a broad stroke statement, everybody should have vaccinations, with that is an absolute, like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no arguing. You will have vaccinations, every one of them.
Right.
And that's not what even the people who are making the decision that people should have vaccinations are even saying.
Right.
Where it's, everyone should have vaccinations. Everyone should be required to have certain vaccinations, except for people that could die if they get the vaccination, because that is that's going in the opposite direction. Because the whole point of giving you a vaccination is to try to prevent you and other people from dying. So then if we give you a vaccination, you die, we have essentially failed 50% of what our overall goal was.
Right.
So, people that stand there and they're willing to yell and scream about, we want this, and then they'll take no ifs, ands, or buts, are just idiots. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you when you get the herds, when you get them just screaming and yelling, this is what we know to be true, and you can't tell me otherwise. And I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but it does stem from the echo chamber. It does stem from the safe spaces, and that's so on and so forth. I'm not gonna try to over justify it. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's body is different, but you can absolutely have a general idea of how bodies work. It's just, some person's allergic to has a allergy to peanuts, another person doesn't. So whatever.
I'm not allergic to anything, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
That's lucky. I have to take Zyrtec every morning.
Yeah. I guess it's good that I'm not allergic to anything. That's probably all the penicillin that I eat every day. When police are raiding your neighbor's house, would you still watching Twitch podcasts? I'm glad that we could be here while your neighbors are getting thrown into the back of a van.
That's dedication right there.
Kind of out of the sacrifice of the few for the many. I know it's a terrible thing. Look, I'm just saying, sometimes human sacrifice isn't really that bad, is it? It's a time and a place. Look, we're bringing it back.
It really depends on the situation, Frank.
Look,
I literally, right before this podcast, I watched a movie called Swordfish. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. John Travolta, Hugh Jackman. Shut up. All right, so
Halle Berry's titties.
Yes, phenomenal. One of the things that John Travolta was saying is, I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but he was trying to fight terror in a very extreme manner. He basically said, I want to make terrorism look so, the consequences to terrorism so heinous that nobody will ever want to do it again. He says, if they bomb a church, we'll bomb 10 of theirs. Just go way overboard. And he asks Hugh Jackman, he's like, if you had to kill one child to save hundreds of thousands, to be able to harvest their blood and find a cure for whatever horrible disease is out there, would you do it? And Hugh Jackman's like, no, of course not. And he's like, well, you're weak. I'd totally do it. He's like, well, why not? Why one? Why not 1,000? And he's like, now you're talking. I'm like,
oh no,
Frank, that's you.
You will lose everything. Ivanhoe was created to prevent that exact mentality. That's true. Also, it was prevented so that people would stop beating each other to death with sticks and rocks for everything, which is unfortunate.
That's why you look at the 10 Commandments. That you can really just narrow it down to 3, but they had to get real specific. All right, stop killing your neighbor for his wife, and
Stop it! I'm looking at you, Josiah. Knock it the fuck off.
That's oddly specific. Why is it just your neighbor?
Ever sometimes like wonder like if sometimes like God was looking down and just like he was making it up like as he was looking at humanity being like,
This fucking this guy
no.
right here.
I mean, obviously don't kill that guy now. Dude, put that back. Look, your parents have been fucking nice to you this whole time. You just assholes.
Yeah.
Did that dude just go into that other guy's hut? He's bringing his wife out. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, we're kind of just winging it right now at this point. We've gone far off topic, but let's just fucking keep it going.
We're like not even close to the topic anymore.
Let's just keep it going. Fuck it. Tangent cast. That's what this is.
Yippee Tangent Cast!
I blame the viewers.
The fact that God regrets, like, I love the idea like that God would have a regret. Be like, look,
My bad.
look, I got out of hand. I'll be the first to admit it. You know, I mean, but I had a backup plan. You know, he backed everything up onto a Seagate.
Seagate man, really?
Yeah, dude. The God had a flash drive. So then, okay, so okay, now we're talking about floods. Now this is tangent shit. This is tangent shit here. A friend of mine, his parents went to go visit they built an ark in Ohio that is the exact specifications for the ark as told in Genesis.
Sure.
And I'm like, that's awesome. It is a very large boat. But then I look at it and I'm like, there's no fucking way on the planet that you're gonna every animal in here. First of all, unless everybody lived on like what was it, Pangea, where every continent was like all together, there's no way they could have gotten there.
Right.
You know, I mean, like that aside, I mean, like I'm looking, I'm like, because then it's like Moses had to have been very specific. You know, he would have to have lived for fucking hundreds of thousands of years. It's like being like, is this a new beetle? Grab that other one. Because it ain't gonna live. It ain't gonna live if the shit floods.
This
you
one's
know?
got spots, that one's got stripes. God damn it.
Just put them together. Whichever ones like come out, that's the ones we'll keep. So, I mean, like, let's just ignore putting all the herbivores and carnivores together. But I mean, like, just going for like the specific bugs and shit. I'm looking at this arc and I'm like, there's no way, because it's like, it's not that you just put the animals in there. Let's say you manage to squeeze every fucking fat ass hippo and cow in there. Okay, high fives on the way out the door. Where are you gonna put their food? You know, what? How you gonna answer that? How many sacks of grain can you fit on there? An elephant eats an unfucking believable amount of food. You ever thought that all the animals in the ark are homosexual? No, because there wouldn't have anything come out, dummy.
Come on now. and then, you know, how you
That's basic life science. I can figure that one out.
do you realize how bad it would on that arc? No, it would probably, you know.
It would smell like fucking constant, like, dirty grain buttholes. In 2017, we were having problems keeping some animals in captivity. How this motherfucker do it with a hammer and a rope? That is an excellent point. And that's what I'm saying. It's fucking allegory. It's not actually a god.
It's a story. That's what I'm saying too. I mean, like I strongly appreciate the story, and I feel it is just that, a story. Just like it's like you would, you know, read stories about Greek gods and stuff. They're awesome. It probably happened kind of like that, a little bit. Maybe it flooded.
It's just that you can explain something. Yeah. I mean, like when you have no idea, you know, of the why, like the real why, you know, you fill in the gaps. But whenever, like, you know, you're a guy that's out in the middle of a field and a lightning bolt came down and made some crazy shit happen, you're like, whoa, obviously gods.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I don't know how any of this shit happened. You know, I have a tingling sensation all over my body. I must have been touched. You know, and it, like, no, I mean, all the electrons around you just caught fire. Pow! And you're...
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have science
on how to be a good person. It's also a tool in which it can be used to control a mass of people and make a ton of money. It's
Yeah,
all about that money.
yeah, religion does that pretty
I
well.
like the currency of human souls.
Stop it, Brad. But no, I mean, like, yeah, I don't think humans are creative enough. There's a very few of them. They're peppered in, and you get them once in a while, but usually drugs are involved. Um, like if you look at like Van Gogh or something, he was on some pretty heavy shit, I would think, to be able to do the stuff he was doing. But I don't think humans are creative enough to just make shit out of thin air. They have to they have to pull it from a past memory. They have to say, this is what happened, but I want to embellish a little bit because I want it to be a real story. I want to tell my kids, you know?
And you use it to tell a life lesson.
Sure.
I mean, like, admittedly, some of the Greek mythology life lessons are kind of lost
Yeah.
in time. Where like you read it now and you're like, that's weird. That's a weird thing that happened. I don't know why that's a thing.
Tangent to that. Where do you think the whole sirens thing came in? Like, what was the lesson behind that?
Don't fuck strange women.
Don't fuck strangers.
Don't
Man,
fuck strange women.
they will,
Just because they're hot and they got a great voice, you probably shouldn't wander into their house. All of the animals were
we're blowing up over here.
not adults solve some of the size problem. I guess that's true, but I mean, you still have to feed them. I think the imagination and creativity is the only thing people have brought into the universe. That's true. That's true. Imagination and creativity is one of the building blocks of people that it makes them interesting. Because other than that, they're fucking boring.
Yeah.
Animals are boring. They're boring because they're not imagined. All they do is they eat and they poop.
I'm not saying they're not creative. I'm just saying they have to have a base for their creativity. Base is, this happened. But let's say all this happened on top of it, you know?
You're like, this lightning bolt came down and it made a mound of dirt. Mount Olympus.
Yeah. like the whole Noah's Ark story. I think, like, this is just my opinion. I think that it was probably maybe like a week of a whole lot of heavy rain, and the boat needed to happen. A pretty big boat.
In that area.
In that area. Probably not worldwide.
No.
But to them, that was the world.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's like if you live like, let's just say like you lived in a lowland valley, and
Yeah.
like everything floods.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. The whole world is done. This is it. This is the end. I got all my animals. I got my animals in here. My animals, my family are in this ark.
Not only is that story pretty cool, but it's also pretty fucking arrogant if you think about it. There's nobody else on this planet but me.
So basically, you're saying that the Tale of Noah's Ark was written by me.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But like, everything that's important is in this boat. Well, I haven't gotten on yet. Everything. You stay down there and you shut up and drown. That'd be me. That'd be me on the side of the boat. I'd be like Noah's back there trying to like, corral animals, and I'd be the guy with the extra long stick that's back there. People are trying to crawl up the side, so I'm like, nope. Shark's coming.
Oh shit, we forgot the sharks. Fuck.
I just had to like push him down to the water and just hold him there. Like, nah. All God's creatures got to eat.
Oh man, I didn't know this topic about nice guys was gonna get biblical. Shit.
That would definitely be me. I would be the guy that's up there like pinging people off the side, singing the circle of life. Holding the dude down, he's getting eaten by an orca. It's the circle of life. Turns out it's really hard to steer an arc whenever you have a full erection.
Oh man, right there. We've gone off the deep end. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, 40 days and 40 nights. I mean, man, that's like, I could fill a swimming pool.
Yeah, dude. Alright, I'm running out. What do you think?
Got about an hour, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's about 10 minutes shy, but I don't know.
We did a good one.
What's that?
Good job. Good job. We did a good one. It's a good job, Self. pat myself on the back, but I'm too good for that.
All right, well, let's wrap it up, yo.
Sperm can't walk, but they sure can fly. Hashtag Jen and Jameson.
All right, guys. Well, start the outro song. Wait,
Oh,
my
look
outro.
Look at this. Oh man, we are so
There we
good.
go.
What a full year.
There we go. All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching.
No, he's using his neckbeard voice.
Thanks for listening, m'lady. If you like what you heard or saw, please like, rate, comment, subscribe. Smash that like button. Let's get up to 500 million subscribers. I really hate watching, you know, YouTube videos that do that. Yo, bro, just smash that like video. See if we can get up to 500,000. Anyways, but no, totally do that. Tell your friends. Tell your family. How awesome we are. What's his face? Was it NVD? He was saying that we need like one with about 13 zeros on it, subscribers. So I don't disagree. But I don't know if there's that many that that people on this planet. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever.
Look. That just means that we're taking the show on the interstellar road. We're gonna get some aliens in here, dude. I just pray, truly, there are no blue chick aliens, because
Thanks,
we're gonna lose all of our subs. I can't. I'd be like, look, guys, I gotta go. They're blue, you know. They don't even care. They don't even care about nice guys.
Anywho, until next time, guys. We'll see you later. Say bye, Frank.
Oh, bye. I thought you just did that. Like, I thought we were done already.
Oh, no, now we're done.
You freaked me out. Oh, okay. Look at this photograph.
That's the third fucking time.
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
I hate you.